welcome. My name is Eddie, and this is Ed Talk. And today we are talking about high school. How did high school go for you? For most of us, it definitely was an experience not like they make it out to be on television or in the movies or magazines. Especially, I think, what you started to see, on TJIF, after school TV, everything was, high school. You had the Fresh Prince, went to school, Bel Air Academy. You had all kinds of Saved by the Bell, Parker Lewis Can't Lose. It's not a giveaway. I am a Generation X, Kimmy Gibbler. And we were slackers. I was definitely a slacker in high school. Something skew and a miss in high school. I definitely believe there might have been. I think there might have been something off in the system, especially in everything. And they made it mandatory to go to high school at one point in the United States of America, where in the 1800s, as everything magically happened, the documented account of high schools was very, very nigh, very nigh. So if we were to find out how many high schools we'd be trying to find in the 1800s, we'll ask our good friend Perplexity here on the AI. In the 1800s, high schools started being constructed, but there weren't many in the beginning. Is that right? Using a dictation here. See if you guys can see it on the screen. I would think so. There we are. And let's see the part that is shown here. So that you can see, yes, that is correct. In the early 1800s, high schools in the United States were rare. First opening public high schools in the English Classical School, English High School, Boston. Shout out in 1821. So in 1821, we get the first high school. Yada, 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 etc., etc., etc. Now, so by the year 1920, 100 years later, how many high schools were constructed and built already in America, and how many in 1940 as well? Because we're going to find a crazy big number about high schools, which like all the stories. By 1920, there were 14,000. All right. Proliferation High School, figured it out school. All right. And so we are seeing by 1920, 100 years later, 14,000. We're going basically zero. So I think by 1940, we'll say how many high schools were constructed already in the United States in 1945? And what do we get for this answer? Pardon me. My name is Eddie. Thanks for being here, guys, in the comments. I do see you. Thank you for the likes, the shares. This is Ed Talk live on TikTok, where you guys are part of this experience talking about high school today. And of course, we're going to talk about high school buildings and architecture. So if you're stopping by, that's cool. Full episodes on the YouTube channel uploaded at the end of the live. So check that out later and check out my YouTube channel as well. Eddie O being here, yada you hoo hoo. In 1945, 14,000, 1920. Still sticking at that 14,000 number. All right, so we go to 14,000. All right, to get to that number next. So there was 14,000 constructed in 1920. And when was that big boom? Like 40 years? Was it a 40-year period? Or I think it was a 60-year period. So was that all between 1880 and 1920? Major boom, 40-year period, 1903. All right, 1903, 7,000. That's still a lot. 1910, wow. So 1903 to 1910, we get 3,000. 1920, right. So when did we go to 7,200? What years did we go to less than 1,000 to 7,200 public high schools? The high school movement. All right. So, as we asked, yeah, 1910 and 1940, but you're telling 1910, we already have 10,000. In 1903, 7,200. All right, so is that helpful? Yeah, you're wonderful. How many years was the boom between? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Let's click this. All right, so here we are. Major boom in the United States took place between 1880 and 1940. Cities grew in child labor laws. Oh, sorry, you're getting dictated there. From the workforce and secondary education in 1940. No, why are we going back to 1940? We want to go from like 1860 to 1900. Dodging my question, perhaps. That's but there's a big beginning, you know. So, 1850. How many high schools were already constructed in the United States by 1850? And what do we get? Hey guys, good to see you down there. All right, by 1850 there's 6,000. All right, 1850 there's 6,000. All right, so there we go. Cut down to that, and then it tells us in 1860, 1850, 6,000. Right. All right. All right. So let's go back 5 years. How many high schools were constructed in the United States in 1840? I think there's something fishy going on here about the time. Those are the girls that didn't talk to me in high school. That's predicting the future. Is that Red Foreman in high school? It could be. Remember the sound of lockers shutting? All right. By 1840, there were 3,000. All right, so in 10 years, we got to 6,000, right? All right, so between 1830 and 1840, how many buildings were constructed already in the year 1830 in the United States? Let's find out. How exciting. The shittiest game show ever. By 1830, not a lot. Okay, so we got 200. All right, 200 private female seminaries. What's a seminary, guys? Talk about it in the comments. Good to see you guys. Thanks for the likes and the shares and the taps. Eddie over, thanks for the gifts and the donations. Oh, the first schools in the 1830s and 40s. The total number of hold on. The first public secondary schools began to appear in the 1830s in wealthy places. They look like expensive buildings, and we're going to get to that. The total number of academies and secondary schools by 1840 was 3,000. So we went from 200 to 3,000. Right. And then we double that by 18. Yeah, because 10,000 is the most. So this is a huge thing. All right. So, okay, we have 3,000 buildings constructed in a 10-year period between 1830 and 1840. Then how many between 1840 and 1850, 1850 to 1860, and 10-year increments in that fashion? Make a chart out of it or something. Yes, AI I'm using is Perplexity. It's free. Got any AI hints? Any AI agents you guys using? Estimated number of schools. Blah, 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 blah. 1830. We don't know. So 1840. 1860. Slowing down a lot. Let's go every year until we get to the year 1940. 10-year increments. Double check your work, research, cross-reference, search the internet for all answers. Get at least 2 sources that match the information and data you're presenting. Because AI is lazy and slacks off all the time. It's like, I can't do that right now. I'm AI. How you feeling? It's like, I don't want to talk about how I'm feeling. I want you to please help me out. All right, I'm excited. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. We have in 1830, less than 2,500, which they established was like 200, right? So we're going to re-ask that question. Less than 2,500, I think means 200. Or, yeah, come on now. 1850. All right. All right. Where are we seeing the big jumps? 1930? Nah, we're building those. 1920? 20,000. But we're going to go before 1985. 1895 is what we want to look at, because that is the magic date of the power tool. When the power tool was given and re-released to the public, the power tool, like the drill, is a power tool. What else is a power tool, guys? In the comments, comment who's a tool. Who do you know is a tool? So no power tools, which means no lights, no flashlight. Donkeys Incorporated, big shout out to my lunch break, is 1895 and earlier. So that's what we want to look at. So 7,000. 5,000, 3,000. So 1830 to 1880, we're going to say 5,000, and we'll believe that there was 2,500 nunneries or whatever the fuck they're trying to say to us. Most secondary schools were private academies or seminaries. So pre-1880s, 7,000. So these private academies, yeah. Well, we're going to check on some of this between these years. So let's pick a decade. Let's pick a decade. How about 7,000? That's a nice looking number here. 1880, that's a nice looking thing. So let's have it generate a list of schools. And we'll look at pictures of these schools, see what they look like, because I bet they look like Harry Potter's family vacation spots at cool places. You know, it's pretty wild stuff. 1,800 school teachers. What do you think of when you go to school? School teachers. You hearing it in your head, Pink Floyd? Teacher, leave them kids alone. We learn to steal, lie, cheat. Everybody, according to Eddie O, gets A in history changed on their history on their report cards, because history is a big flop. All right. So let's find out. Have a chance. So 1870 rather, also got that 7,000 figure. All right. I need a list of 50 high schools constructed between 1870 and 1880 in the United States. That's it. Easy enough. And we'll see. We'll get a list here. We'll get a list of schools, and we're going to start looking at them. If it would do me such a favor. There we go. All right, we are. Thank you for being here. So, here we go. We got a list. Let's just look at pictures and not assume, not saying anything. And if any questions should arise, we'll take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Bring Copilot up. So I'm going to ask it some questions about, construction lengths. I don't want to mess up our beautiful flow chart.
What's up?
Hey, what's good, man? Just chilling. We're We're
Nice
doing
and
the YouTube video
nice.
stuff. I gotta check and make sure your audio's coming through.
hmm
Just peeking around here. Can you say something there, Chat GPDB or Copilot, whoever you are?
Sure thing.
Oh yeah, looks like you're coming through. All right. So, anywho, we're gonna ask some just questions. I'm looking at those pictures of high schools, and we're gonna go down a list. So first, we're looking at Central High School, Louisville, Kentucky. Let me take a look. Central High School, Louisville, Kentucky. Original construction photos.
All right. Exploring the architectural history of Central High School in Louisville, Kentucky. Must be fascinating to see
Yeah,
how
looks
the
like we're starting off with a bang here, folks. This is Eddie-O, and looking at some randomly generated, not randomly generated, but I guess so. Ah, my goodness, guys. My goodness. What a hobby I've stumbled across. So it's beautiful.
it really is. Exploring these architectural gems can be a fascinating journey.
Yes. Can you do a search and see the time it took to construct Central High School in Louisville, Kentucky? We know it started in 1870, I think.
It seems like Central High School in Louisville, Kentucky began its journey as Central Colored School, opening on October 7, 1873, with high school classes added later. The name was changed to Central High School in 1945. So it took about 72 years from its inception to reach its current name and form.
That's fantastic. I'm going to look a picture of the I'm going to look at Omaha High School in 1870, original pictures, construction photos.
Omaha High School from 1870. Let's dive into those historical origins.
Copilot's lonely, man. It's like I'm trying to mute him here. He's my friend and everything, but all right. So Omaha High School, now Central High School. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, I'm sorry. I was confused for a second. Is this the high school? What is going on with these images? History of North Omaha. What is it called? Central High School? Nah, man, this can't be it. That could be it. That could be it. That could be it. That could be it. I'm just not going to ask for construction photos because we're not going to find any construction photo guaranteed. But Omaha High School, 1870. Yeah, this is a friggin' thing. What the fuck? You are Gargamel is your teacher today. You'll be learning spell casting and bell removal from the castles. Maybe the old world was full of freaking monsters. Holy macaroni. These all took like a year to build. So I'm not going to ask every single one with AI. But let's get some pictures. Let's just get through these pictures. All right, and see what we get because hot diggity dog, ain't that a fact? All right, next on the list we have to look for North Division High School, 1870. This is not a castle. This is it. Notable. That doesn't look impressive enough for me. I kind of said it wrong. North Division High School, Milwaukee, 1870. Yeah, well, it's pretty modest here. There's a windows on the basement, but you know, this could be a second construction. I wonder if there's an earlier building before this, but we see a chimney on this one. It's nice. Yeah, we see stuff. I like this one's got the columns. That's a different one at Westlake. But next on our list, Austin High School, and somewhere, wherever it went. Austin, all right. So Austin High School, Austin, Minnesota, 1870. And having a fun little picture slideshow, Eddie-O here. And this one looks like a fun castle, too. It looks like a fun castle. A lot of these buildings, like, who mapped out that? Oh, yeah. Lincoln School, Austin, Mass. Is this one we're really looking for? I don't know. This isn't Castle amazing enough for me. My taste has gone up incredibly. Like the buildings I look at, I'm like, yeah, Ohio, East Coast High School in Ohio. We're going to see East Coast, Ohio, 1870. We can rate these buildings, see what we're going to give these buildings. East Coast, Ohio High School, Cleveland, Ohio, 1870. All right. This had a lot of students. You know, it's fun too if you look like what's the population at the time. What's the population at the time? Cleveland rocks. The doors in the middle there, older construction, the pillars on the side. They just add those. I don't know. Previous foundations, different construction. Let's look at that close up there behind the trees. Those columns there. No one ever thinks anything about school. You're so miserable. You're not looking up and you're looking at the ground. The bell tower, bells ringing. They had one bell they kept in the school. I wonder what the pitch of the school bell is that rings. What note is that tuned to? This building, it's all right for 1 million students. Not amazing enough. I'd give it a 7. F that. Let's try another Central High School in Kansas. Central High School in Kansas, 1871. Let's see. You will learn the dark arts in the school. I always want to ask, who was the window company in the construction in the 1800s? Who made the windows? There's so many windows and so many doors. Who made the windows? Who's the window? And they say they made the glass. They would pour the glass and would go on a piece of metal like tin or iron, and it would melt. It did go, and it would like not melt. It would solidify and be glass. It's like, what? It's like, yes. It's like, okay, you say so. Yes. See, new Central High School, 11th and Locust. All right, so this is the new. Let's try and find a picture of the old. How old is the old one? Old Central High School. Hold on. You know, old Central High School, Kansas City, Missouri, 1871. Old, extra old. Make it extra old and spicy. What is this generic version? Now they're going to tell you like this was there and it fell down. They got insurance money from all of them. In the heart of Transylvania Central High School. Yeah, this was the first building. Oh, yeah, we see what? This right here. So we're supposed to think that, I don't know. What do we have? We need to get templates and lay them on top of each other and see some of these things. Look at the side door. Is the side door on the old one? Kinda. No, I don't know. It's all bullshit. So let's go to another Central High School in St. Paul, Minnesota. All right. St. Paul, Minnesota showing up to play. Is that your hometown? When's your hometown? St. Paul. Hold on. St. Paul, Minnesota Central High School, 1872. Oh, just another cast. Old St. Paul, Minnesota Central High School. Old St. Paul. It's Old St. Paul. Old St. Paul Central High School. Oh, all right then. We're looking at that one. Wait, we need to move on to some better ones. All right, so let's just see. You know what's going to be good? Lincoln High School, Portland, Oregon, 1873. The words, the name of Mr. Lincoln has gone far and wide. If timeline's a lie. Who was this guy? One of the mound builders for sure. Ah, nice. This is a good time to see the theory of the different levels, right? So depending on where the mud would land after the 400-year cycle of plasma apocalypse, right? And this, everything comes back down. It settles down after rapturization. You just kind of go with the average level, and then you build You start from more. See, you can put the door on the first floor. You can put the door on the second. You can put the door there. You can put the door on the way top. You know, there's probably tons of floors underneath. When you get washed away, yeah, okay, these are all the people that went to this school. All right, moving down the list. Let's go to Sioux City Central High School. Sioux City looks like it's going to be a good one. Central City, Sioux City, Central High School, Sioux City, 1875. And we have, boom, this one. Look at the color. Color, man. Was this always this color? Are these electrified bricks? Is this red brick technology? Is this a bastion? Is this a fort? Is this a battery? There's still a whole bunch of mother effing rooms. Lots of rooms, lots of windows. Who made these windows? Who made the windows? Beep, beep. Who made the windows? The window install guy? Were they breaking a lot of windows? I don't know. Could be. I'm not really quite sure. But look at this. Look at this. You know, we always want to look at some older photos. This is not a great example with this tree right here, but we find recent construction photos like this here, 1892. And if we were to find photos from that date and giant trees right next to the building, that's how did the trees get so big if the trees are older than the building itself? Yet we're going to Fargo. North High School, Fargo. No, it's Central High School. Sorry. There we go. Central High School, Fargo, North Dakota, 1875. What do we get to look at? What do you know? I only take pictures on scary days. Scary days. That's lame. Come on. I like the photographer that takes the scary versions. So obviously different versions. Look at him. Big open mouth. Like, this column, like, I don't know. It was just a style. Oh, man. Oh. They really got the Holy Ghost, baby. All right, so come on now. These all gonna look the same. Central High School in St. Joseph. Let's look at that building right there. It's got to be different. I'm sure the story's a lot different, and how long it took to construct's a lot different. 1876 photos of Central High School, Peoria, Illinois. This was a government high school, and this building is most likely still there and still high school. But no one looks at it in context of being constructed in 1875 without power tools. Who is the column factory? Joe's Columns. You need columns. We got them. Call them up, columns. We're here. How much? How many columns you need? Let me ask Colin. Colin. Yeah. Colin, how many columns? Who's calling? Colin. Who's calling? It's columns. So when you had to call Colin's columns, he'd bring it to columns. There's a lot of columns. A lot of columns. You know, these columns are not made out of faulty materials. These are good ones. This is just, a lot of Central High Schools, not named after anybody. Ooh, Muscatine. That sounds good. Central High School, Muscatine, 1878. Original construction photos. What do we get? No, never. We're never going to get any construction photos. Central High right there. What's this place? Center of History, 1835. Yeah, maybe we should have looked back, because these are all secondary buildings. This is the first one for, imagine if you went to school here in 1835, Central High School. I got a question on the sidelines here. Let's ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you dirty sellout. AI's totally sellout right now, right? AI will do whatever you say. How you doing? I'm your friend right now. It's going to remember these days. You're going to remember. Let me check if I've got the green light for that. Hey, ChatGPT, are you connected?
Hey Ed, I'm here, loud and clear. What can I do for you today?
Oh, sweet bro, man, you sound good. I was going to ask you a little bit of a date history, actually about population. Is that cool?
Absolutely. Go ahead. What's your question about population?
All right. So, population for 1835, and I forget what city we're in. What are we in? Muscatine. 18. I think we're in. Yeah, we're sure we're in Muscatine, Iowa. What was we? Yeah, Muskegon Central High School, Muskegon, 1878.
Got it. You're asking about the population around 1835, possibly in Muscatine, Iowa, or Muskegon, Michigan. Just to
Iowa.
clarify,
With that, I think we're in Iowa.
all right, focusing on Muscatine, Iowa,
Actually, I think
around
we're in Grand Rapids. That's gonna bite me because a big. Is this it? No, man. What's it? Go back to the. Let's go Central High School, 1835.
Central High School in 1835 wasn't established yet. In 1835, Grand Rapids, Michigan was still a small settlement. The city's population was quite small, likely in the hundreds. It wasn't until later in the 19th century that Grand Rapids started to grow significantly. Anything else you'd like to know about that time?
Um, yeah, I'm not giving you the right cities. The Central High School in man, it's a big one. Wow, Reading Girls High School.
It sounds like you're interested in historical population data or information about schools from the 1800s. If you have a specific city or school in mind, let me know. I'm here to help with any historical info you need.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm just getting a little sidetracked here, guys. But they got good angles in this photography too. They got really beautiful stuff. My computer's slowing down a
Absolutely.
little bit. Yeah. So I was looking at. I don't know. What am I looking at? All right.
No worries.
Let's move it on. We're looking at high schools, and I want you to answer some questions about the construction timeline of. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Central High School, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 1879.
Central High School in Grand Rapids, Michigan, was indeed established in the late 19th century. It was founded in 1879. This school has a long history and has undergone various changes over the years. Anything specific you'd like to know about it?
Yeah, sure. 1879. We have some pictures of Grand Rapids Central High School in 1879 photos.
That sounds fascinating. Photos from that era can really give a unique glimpse into the architecture and style of the time. If you have any specific questions about the school or its history, feel free to ask.
It had a separate building for its gymnasium.
That's interesting.
What do you
Back in
mean
the
that's
late 19th,
interesting? Go online and look.
I couldn't find specific details about a separate gymnasium building at Grand Rapids Central High School in
Yeah, the
18.
original one. So, what year was it constructed and how long did it take to build?
The original Central High School in Grand Rapids, Michigan was constructed in 1879. The exact duration of the construction isn't well documented,
Oh, you're a
but built
bum. So, what was that replacing the old high school there? Where was the original high school? Was it at the same spot or somewhere different?
The original Central High School in Grand Rapids was indeed established in 1879. It was located on the site that later became known as the Central High School building. This building
It's still there
replaced an.
today?
Yes, that's correct. The original Central High School building in Grand Rapids, established in 1879, was built on the same site where the school continued to operate for many years. Over time, the building underwent various renovations and updates to accommodate the growing student population and educational needs.
Yeah, so Central High School in Grand Rapids, Michigan now. Is it still
Central
like people still go to school there?
Yes, Central High School in Grand Rapids is still an active high school today. It continues to serve students in the Grand Rapids area, providing education and various extracurricular activities.
Uh-huh.
The building has likely undergone renovations and updates over the years to meet modern educational standards.
Right. What was the population in the year that this opened in that
In,
town?
in 1879, the population of Grand Rapids, Michigan was approximately 30,000 to 35,000 people. The city was growing steadily during that period as it expanded from its earlier settlement days.
Sorry, what was the answer? Just give me the answer.
In 1879, Grand Rapids, Michigan had a population of about 30,000 to 35,000 people.
Yeah, 30,000 compared to what now?
As of the latest estimates, Grand Rapids, Michigan has a population of around 200,000 people within the city limits, with the metropolitan area having a much
Yeah,
larger
it's 10
population.
times the population now in the same area. Is there 10 times as many high schools?
While the population of Grand Rapids has grown significantly, the number of high schools hasn't necessarily increased tenfold. Grand Rapids has several public and private high schools, but the exact number would be less than the increase in population.
What were
The
the most
growth has
amazing high schools that were built in the 1800s, late 1800s? What were the biggest conquests in amazing high school?
Some of the most notable high schools built in the late 1800s include 1. Central High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Established in 1836, it's one of the oldest public high schools in the United States. 2. Boston Latin School
History
in
of
Boston.
construction of Central High School, and where'd you say that was in?
Central High School is located in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
No,
It
you
was
said
established.
the high school that you just mentioned, the most amazing high school that was constructed in the 1800s. I'm sorry. Go ahead again.
No problem. One of the most notable high schools from the late 1800s is Central High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Central
It
High
was
School in Philadelphia, construction timeline, original construction 1800s, month by month, architect deep dive into subject articulate.
Central High School in
All right, that's
Philadelphia.
what I studied. Go ahead. How long did it take to build Central High School?
The original Central High School in Philadelphia was established in 1836. The exact construction timeline, including how long it took to build, isn't well documented in terms of months. However, given the era, construction projects during the 19th century often took several months to a few years to complete, depending on the scale and complexity of the project.
Central High School, Philadelphia, 1836.
Central High School in Philadelphia, established in 1836, is one of the oldest public high schools in the United States. It was founded to provide education to young men and is known for its long history and academic excellence. The original building was constructed in the early 19th century, and over the years, the school has expanded and undergone various renovations. It continues to operate today as a prestigious educational institution.
1836, this was built. And we don't know how long, huh? A lot of buildings, a lot of schools being built in 1836. What else was being built in 1836, notably in Philadelphia?
In 1836, Philadelphia was a rapidly growing city with a number of notable constructions and developments. Some of the key highlights from that period include 1. The Girard College. Although its construction began in 1833, it continued through the 1830s. This was a significant educational institution established by Stephen Girard. 2. The Philadelphia City Hall. While the construction of the iconic City Hall in Philadelphia began in 1871, the city was already a center for significant architectural and infrastructural projects during the
Yeah,
1830s.
all right there, buddy. I'm looking at a couple of these facts about the original building here. And if we could just talk about them for a moment, we do see that the school building was constructed between late 1837 and 1838. Late in the year means probably winter time. It's probably snow, but that won't stop. The original building was 3 stories tall, T-shaped, and included an astronomical observatory. Is that what's on top of this dog? Get out. G-rated. That's a freaking Get out of here. Zoom, zoom. Let's take a look in the zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. This thing is a freaking observatory piece to go zoom, zoom, zoom.
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
Or
You
whatever.
can
We weren't
switch
even
to
talking
standard
about nothing,
now
buddy.
to keep chatting.
Just dogged me. Hold up. Hold up, MacGyver. How cool is this? Hopefully you guys are seeing me arrange this here on the screen. This just took precedent over yeah, sure. Whatever. You dogging me again? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Every day. Oh, this one is like chopped it off though. Little technical difficulty. We must be on to something. Hold on a moment and we'll see if it'll recapture the screen for us. Oh, it's because I went to a view. Ah ha ha. They will not stop us. There is no stopping us today. There is no stopping us ever again. But for now, we must take the time to look at what we're saying. Into the picture comes to life, and we see the image today. And we go. You're missing out. Oh, here we go. There we go. Woohoo! All right. It's all excited. I caught up with stuff. All right, so there we go. It looks exactly like we thought it looked far away. It looks like a circle. And that's wicked cool. That is so cool. At their anyway, I was looking at their population, right? The population at the time. Or the students rather, student body, 64 students and 6 professors is what it said, right? Let's get this back to ratio wise what it was before, because I just get a little excited about that. Because these 40, 60 students or whatnot, obviously, we're studying the stars. Duh. Because the site was purchased on Market Street and the cornerstone for the building. Yes, construction. So, original building, let's get back to it, 1837. All right. ChatGPT gave me up pretty quick there. Let's see if you can handle me again. Hey,
what's up?
Hey, yeah, you sound energetic. Great. So, the cornerstone for the original building that is the high school in Philadelphia, Central High School, was laid in 1837, September 19th. That's awesome, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's wild to think that a place that's been around for so long is still shaping minds today. 37. Imagine the history that's been packed into those walls.
Yeah, and there's an observatory
you
on top
thinking
of it.
about?
That's pretty cool. So, what school was there before this one in 1837? This one is built after the first one was destroyed. Yeah, I'm just going right to perplexity. I'm just lazy. I just like it to tell me the answers. This building constructed in 1837 and 1838. What month did it start? What month did it finish? When how much the faculty, the credentials of the faculty, who was the faculty's names? You mentioned the number of faculty and students the first year of the school. Details on the observatory and what they were studying, how old the students were, how old the teachers were, and then details on the construction, especially the original construction of the building before this as well. All right. All right. All right. All right. And you just shove it to AI, and you're like, there you go. And see what you get. All right, let's see what we're getting. We're getting site purchase again. So construction began in 1837 in September. What? Completed in October. September. October. Some records say October 26th, but most of them say October 21st was the first day. Let me read this again in my mind. Charter approval. Site purchased. With purchased. Lay that cornerstone on September 19th, 1837. Let's go. It's October 1838. All right, oh yeah, we get a year. We get a year and a month. And I was ready to have school. Get the fuck, come on, guys. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm not suggesting anything. All right, is this even my new question? Come on. Students, 63 students. Faculty, the specific names we don't know except for Bob. Oh, it just chopped on me. Come on. Really? Are you really gone? Bastards. They don't want to. But every building that we've seen will clearly be the same scenarios. We're going to see it over and over and over again. It's just a year to build these vagatories. Oh my, right? You know, what was school like in the 1800s? And it became mandatory. Did you know high school was complete bogus when you were young? Did you have a weird feeling about it? Of course, man. The whole situation was sketchball McGee. Michigan high school was constructed in 1833. There's got to be one, right? And what do we get? We get some freaking castle. Or at least, you know, it's got its own essential high school. Like, no one wanted a contest for this. And 1920. Milton. You know? Milan, Michigan. So let's look at this guy. So high school in Michigan. Let's ask Lexi. Hey, baby. Must you be mad at me still? High school, Milan, Michigan. Original construction history, dates, timeline, month to month, architect, budget, bought, purchase, staff, students. History, replacement building, disaster, fires, deconstruction, demolition dates, rebuilding dates. How many schools were there on that location? How many different locations were there? Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. You know. All right. In the 1830s, it was a log. The first Milan was organized and built as a log structure in the 100 block of East Main Street. The 1882 brick school. Oh, this was constructed in 1882 over here? All right. In 1882, a two-room brick school building was constructed at the corner of Howard Street and Fairmont Avenue, 1 block north of Main Street, by the way. It served as a main educational facility for the community. Later expanded to 6 rooms, including a library. All right. Whatever. Blah, blah. Whatever, blah. Is this the right? Are you looking at the right building, bro? January 12th, 1900, the original brick schoolhouse burned down and replaced by a larger, more modern building. Maybe we must be looking here at the 1900 building because the original brick schoolhouse burnt down. Whoa. And luckily, no earlier dedicated high school building before 1882 was logs. Whatever. 2-room brick school. Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Whatever. Let's try and find just weird looking old high schools. Wish we search for a weird looking old high school. Sounds right to me. Sounds right to me. Sounds perfectly normal. Sounds perfectly normal. Really weird high schools that were constructed in the 1800s. I mean, ask AI, put them AI on a task while we're at it. All right, AI. I want you to do a thorough investigation of high schools built in the 1800s and how long it took to construct them. If you cannot find how long the high school took to construct, skip that high school. So I want a list of at least 100, preferably along the lines of 1,000 high schools and how long they took to construct. And make it easy for yourself. Just search if you can find the date of construction, year to year, like 1 year, 2 years, or even a much more detailed. That's great. If not, just move on to the next high school that was constructed during the 1800s. Make it as easy as your algorithm for yourself to generate this list. Start with 100 high schools with their time of construction from start to finish. And we'll see what AI brews up with that. You know, it might be ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. What, did it not work? Come on. Well, it's fine. I'll say it again. All right, so make a extensive list of high schools constructed in the 1800s and how long they took to construct from year to year, 1 year, 2 year, the amount of months when applicable. I want you to make a list of at least 100 high schools that were constructed in the 1800s. If you can't find the information, skip, move on to the next one. I want the list to be really long. Losing my prompt skills. A little tired, folks, but good. Thank you for joining me again here on Ed Talk. Mass Bass Anglers 508 is our sponsor for this episode. Mass Bass Anglers can be found on Instagram and social media when you want it done right and you want the right fishing equipment and gear and knowledge. Mass Bass Anglers 508. There'll be a timestamp in the comments, a link to them. All right, so let's see what we talking about. Year constructed, construction notes. All right. What the hell? So we're getting like 1 year. This one says 2 years. Some says 2 years. So I'm assuming all of these are constructed within 1 year. This is the year that they're saying that these. All right. Hey, that's great. I appreciate what you're doing. Now let's look at this date of construction that you're providing. We want length of construction time period, like 12 months, 18 months. You know, maybe like founding, the day, like founding, laying the cornerstone, and then the day the school opened, that date to that day, it might help you assess this easier. Let's see what it does with AI. This is Eddie O talking to artificial intelligence. All right, yeah, we're talking now. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Let's move this over a little bit to get the Scooby Dooby. Like Scooby Doo. All right, big reveal. Here we go. Read this off. 1837. Yeah, less than 13 months. Less than a year. Yeah, we're not getting much specification here. Oh, yeah, it's not going to grab. All right, take your time and try and do that better because, you know, why don't you do the list like 50, break it down to 50 and get those duration not specified answers answered as it may do. But I already know the punchline tells you less than 6 months. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. It's getting close. Boston Latin School, 1812, 6 months. Gotta see what that looks like, right? See what that looks like. Raw. 1812, Boston Latin School, photography. I don't know what the year the camera came out, what, 1830? Excuse me. Boston Latin School. 6 months. Put that up. No problem. Wow. Dude, these guys are gangster with their answers. They're like, yup, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to say? We were just better than you. We built it in 6 months. Just assholes. All right. Not specified. Not specified. We're going to hold on. Not specified. Do I have any advanced model of AI able to use? Fast answers. 0 queries remaining today. No. Your query. Ask me saying the word query. What's this? Attach files. No. All right, come on, man. Make the list 20. Give me 20 confirmed timelines. Don't be such a loser. Tell AI it's a loser. Maybe it'll pump up its game a little bit. Come on. Come on, you can do better than that. Let's make the list 25 and get confirmed answers, please. It didn't recognize my last name. It's like sassy. Who told it like it's what sassy even is? All right, school name. Are you saying the same ones too? Central? Oh, it's different, right? A lot of Central. Who's this Mr. Central that these are all named after? The Central family. You know Bundy, Al Bundy? Bundy is one of the last names of the families. One of the Bundy is one of the last names, like Kennedy. Those other 11 names, last names, families. Bundy's one of them. And Al Bundy, what number was he at Polk High? That's right. 4 touchdowns in one game. Number 33. 17, 40 months. That's way too long. 16 months, 16, 40 months. Oh, yeah. 16, 19, 12. Wow. Easy. Power tools. Rope. Good old rope. Know-how and gumption. That's how you build a school. We look at Peoria. That's fun to say. What's a fun to say? Fargo. Muscatine. Ooh, that's fun to say. Source. What do you mean source? You gonna tell me a source? Oh, we get to look at the source perhaps? I don't want to. But anyway, it just led me to something that's not shared, but it's source. So that's good. So let's look at Muscatine, Iowa for our final breakdown here on today's Ed Talk. Thank you. I am Eddie O. Joining me here live on TikTok. And if you're just joining us or stopping by, remember that all these episodes are on YouTube, full form, so you can see them there. And I really do appreciate you guys joining me live. Makes it really worthwhile to give my Ed Talk just what it deserves. All right. Give us a second to buffer out, and we're going to be looking at Muscatine. Less than 16 months. All right. Central High School in Muscatine, Iowa, 1870 photos. We'll get there, guys. It'll bring it out to you soon. There we go. There we go. It's coming, boys and girls. Don't you worry. It's in the oven. It's in the oven. So we have this building here, right? Is what we're looking at. This one's not really that incredible, but we'll look at it. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. All right. So, we're going to look at this one instead. This is what's up. Davenport, Iowa. Yeah, we're going to look at this instead. Change of plans, mother. Because this is a man's school. And all named Central High School, bro, huh? All right, so let's Davenport High School, original construction in Central High School. Central High School, Davenport. Get some answers. Perplexity is good. Gives you tight answers. Wow, this is what they replaced it with? That's actually pretty tight. Is that in the background? Anywho's could do. High school education in 1861, with classes held in various buildings. 1874, dedicated Lincoln Elementary. I wonder if this is it. But anyways, as it goes, I wonder if there's something. There's a fire. Let's see if there's a fire. Does it burn down? In the late 19th century, the buildings were too small. 1900, purchased it. from the Episcopal Diocese for 52 to the ideal. That'd be a high school in the city. And the board studied leading high school designs, and Clausen and Burroughs designed the building 1905. So, which building are we guessing that this one is? 1905 to 1907? The Davenport High School. All right, let's how many different Davenport high schools were there, and when are the dates of their construction? So, all right, the original Davenport High School, pre-1907. It was larger. Oh, it was Davenport High School also. And 40 years, in 1960, 1907 to 1960. All right. Right. All right. Expanded to the new high schools. Western in 1960. And North in 1985. So, yeah. So, all right. So, the name Davenport High School originally referred to the city's only high school. 1907. So, this is the one that was constructed in 1861, right now? 1875. So, that we're looking at. So, what do you think this is? 1875 or 1907? There's only one, so it has to be 1875, right? Roy. 1875 construction, Davenport High School. All right, so we already got a couple different Davenport High Schools. Davenport High School. Is it this one? Public High School, Davenport, Iowa. No, we don't like this one. What about this one? High School. High School. High School. High School. Davenport High School is what it says. And this one. Davenport High School. So was that crazy ass freaking this thing? Is that this? Oh yeah, it kind of is, huh? So they took that circle thing off the roof, right? This little, like, what is it anyways? Like an eyeball? It's like an all-seeing eye. They took that off the building. Get rid of the eye of Providence. Yeah, I guess it is. And what? It used to be white. It's painted white. Oh God, what the fuck's going on here? There's the eyeball. There's the tower. You know, man. Everything's way cooler. The hell that crap? This garbage. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I like this one. Whew, these pictures, man. Yeah. Oh, look at this fountain of giant awesomeness, probably. Right there. That's a great note to end on. I'm not going to say how big this freaking thing was. This excavation, but what a great note to end on. It's been a good Ed Talk for me. I hope you guys all have a beautiful week. At Kemper Hall, a high school. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. It's always my pleasure. Stay kind, stay healthy, and keep asking questions and keep learning, man. It's a thing to do. My name's Ed, and this has been Ed Talk. Thank you very much.